What's going on, people? My name is Aaron, and welcome to UX Crypto. We have a special guest today, and that is John from Cryptopia. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing really good, man. I mean, other than the weather being rubbish everywhere in the world, but yeah, pretty good.
Basically, it's been raining on me for the last couple weeks too. I keep getting bombarded by hurricanes, but hey, I'm happy. I'm in the middle of the jungle. What can I say?
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Usually, I have my background screensaver, which is basically like your reality. So,
Fair enough. Fair
definitely.
enough. So
Yeah. So I'm going to just tell you guys what we're going to do today. So basically, John is going to give us some narratives he's quite bullish on, as well as some three top coins as well. And I'm just going to give him a brief. We're going to ask him what his idea is of the market right now, and just go over some general news. So it's going to be fun today, hopefully, you guys. But yeah, I'm going to start off just by who are you? Okay, tell everybody who you are.
who am I?
Yeah.
My name is John Hatch. I'm one of the founders, founder and co-founder of Cryptopia and Apetopia. So I actually have two YouTube channels. Cryptopia is a little bit more of our mid cap to upper tier projects, more oriented around a VC that we run. And Apetopia is more of our degen low cap gyms, so we go from low cap to mid caps pretty much on Apetopia. So that way we kind of separate those two worlds, more institutional money, a little more degen. And yeah, that's about my channels. Me personally, I've been living in Guatemala, in the jungles here of Guatemala for the last probably, I guess when I'm close to 16 years. I run and own a eco hotel. And have been passionate about crypto. I love the whole idea of decentralization, power in the hands of the people. I mean, that resonated with me because, like I said, I came to live in the middle of the jungle because I wanted freedoms. I wanted to support myself, take care of myself, grow my own food, do all of these type of things. So, crypto was something I was really drawn to because it was like that, decentralized banking power, we owning your own bank, like all of that stuff just really resonated with me, and I wanted to get involved. And that was kind of what started my crypto journey. And back in 2018, I pretty much bought the top of the crypto market, rode it to the bottom, got discouraged, opened up my crypto back in 2021, got back into it, and then I decided, you know what, let's do a YouTube channel. And I was, kind of became Jungle John, and here I am today talking to you.
Jungle John. I like it, man. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, that sounds really, really good, man. Like, it's great to see how your journey has progressed over time. So it's
Yeah.
really good. And like, if you guys haven't seen his channel, it is really, really interesting. I'm going to quickly show it quickly. So this is John's channel. So you guys should definitely subscribe. And he's doing updates on what he's actually building, right? So obviously using crypto in real life to actually build stuff. So
Yeah.
You're basically inspiration for everyone, because when we get all those millions, right, what we're going to
That's
do,
it.
we're going to be looking at you and be like, okay, we need to build stuff like this.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're doing a lot of, like I said, charity work. If you zoom in right there, there's like the Karma NFTs right there, the Karma update right there. So what we're actually doing there, we created a set of NFTs that allows people to have access to like private sales and seed sales through our VC group. It also gives people basically an investment opportunity. We do an investment fund for all of the people. We put in money, so there's passive income generator for the NFT holders. And then, of course, the rest of the money gets put into marketing and developing and building the clinic. So the clinic is well underway. We're building a clinic for this Mayan village where I live, which will support upwards anywhere from 8 to 12,000 people. So it's actually really needed in the space in the area here. And the clinic is about half built. I would say if things go well, we should have it ready by, I'm hoping, April of next year, like completed. All paid for with crypto, like all paid for by our viewers, from people that are supporting us and that want to be a part of it. So it's actually doing good in the world, right? So that's using cryptocurrencies, blockchain technologies, and NFTs to actually make the world a better place. And I think that's really cool. I'm excited about that.
Definitely, man. It sounds absolutely amazing. You know, I mean, at first, when things go crazy, I'll probably do this like later on. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna buy a Rolls Royce first, and then I'm gonna do this. Then.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. I would buy a Rolls Royce too. I just couldn't drive it in the jungle.
Yeah.
Fair
But you
enough.
never know. Just put some suspension on it or something.
Exactly. I just put on like a lift
Nice.
kit on the Rolls Royce. Yeah, big wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like
enough.
GTA, you know, that type of
Yeah,
thing. You can do that.
exactly. Pimp my ride.
There you go, man. Yeah. So let's move on a little bit, right? So I want to get your top 3 narratives, all right? So where's your head at? What are you thinking?
So for me, gaming and metaverse, they're not dead. I know a lot of people are like, that was last bull run. Bullshit. I mean, we haven't even begun to top. I mean, gaming and metaverse was really just kicking off on the last bull run right before, we started to go into the bear market. And, you're talking about a $500 billion a year industry. Gaming is a $500 billion a year industry and growing exponentially. And to say that that's not going to transcend into blockchain, owning your own assets, and once there's some really good games being developed, once there's the next Call of Duty, once there's the next, any of these types of cult classic games on the blockchain, and people are like, oh, I can actually earn money from this and play it, and it's fun. That's what they're going. They're going to be moving that direction. So I really think that that narrative is going to come back with a vengeance this cycle. And something I said and I always like to bring up, just as the reason I think that this market is going to absolutely explode right now. Like, just say if you go to CoinGecko right now, and you can check on all the different tabs, like, and you can see like the market size per genre, right? Like you can go to like, layer 1s, layer 2, gaming, whatever. And right now you can click on gaming on CoinGecko, just to give you an idea. The overall total market size for gaming and metaverses right now is around $10 billion. That's the entire gaming industry. Okay. Now think about this just alone in itself. Last bull cycle, okay, Axie Infinity had almost a $10 billion market cap. One game.
Yeah.
One game. So so Axie Infinity, which was one game, is basically all wrapped up into every single gaming project out there right now. So to say that this whole industry, that whole market is not just going to go absolutely parabolic nuts, there's going to be so many millionaires made on that narrative. I can't even. That's where my brain goes anyway. So
I totally agree with you, honestly. Like, if on my channel, I'm really bullish on gaming as well, right? And one of the reasons is user case, right? So obviously, I don't know how you feel about, like, we'll get into this a bit later about older and newer coins and stuff like that. But in gaming, right, it all comes down to like development. And for you to get like a AAA game, or even if it's like a mobile game, which is like kind of basic, you need to have built that. And there's a lot of more than just like, having a reskin game and then just you put it on the blockchain or something. Like, you really need to think about that. So like you said, the next Call of Duty, the next Grand Theft Auto, like all of these things, like they can potentially be on chain, and we haven't seen that yet. And this is the best user case, especially for like NFTs and the metaverse. It all like goes hand in hand. So I'm with you, man. I would say number 1 as well.
Yeah, for sure. My second narrative, I would say would probably be probably real world assets, RWA, tokens, projects. I think that that's going to be an absolutely game changer in the crypto space. I think real world asset tokens, just the ability to fractionalize stocks, you know what I mean? Which there's a lot of platforms out there that are doing that. I've made some stuff like that on Etopia, different real RWA projects that are going to start doing this, everything from land and cars and airplanes and like I said, just stocks. And so the idea is that this will make it accessible for anyone to invest, so not just somebody that's from, a first world country, but some guy from, Nigeria, with a cell phone that's got an internet connection can all of a sudden start buying and trading stocks, getting into whatever it might be on a fractional scale. I think it's going to be massive. I really, I don't know. I think that this is going to be a huge narrative in this coming bull cycle. I really, really do. Yeah,
no, definitely. I'm with you as well. Like, I think with how bullish I am on it, I'm not like crazy bullish on real world, but the reason being is I'm kind of waiting for that project, right? Where I can see the potential in it. The closest thing I can see right now is Tectum, as in because it's kind of giving real wealth to crypto, and that's kind of the closest one. But I haven't seen any real world ones yet where I'm like, oh, I'm fully sold on this and I can see the transition. But I do think that we will see it coming up into the bull market, because when things are quiet, there's a lot of people working in the background, and we just it hasn't been released, maybe, right? As in, and when it does, it's a very bullish narrative. And obviously, think about it, the world, you're going outside of the world of crypto now, and you're going with like trillions now.
No, exactly. Anything that can bridge those two worlds is or start to bring that institutional money in, right? And all of a sudden, when you can have your deed to your house, and you can like put it into an NFT, right? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. It's going to come. I mean, it's going to become, because it's so archaic. I mean, it really is like, oh, the deed of our house. It's in a registry, and it's in a filing cabinet. And if that place burns, if it burns down, like, what the, you know what I mean? Like it's archaic technology. It really is. And blockchain is the future. And so it's inevitable that it's going to go that way. It's whether or not it's this bull cycle or the next, I don't know, but I think that we're going to see a big surgence in the RWA world this bull run, but we probably won't really see it like come to full fruition until next bull run. I mean, that would be my thought process,
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. I think that's a great point you said about a bank or something in another country, like potentially like, oh, there's a fire and stuff like that. Because it's happened to me before. Like my wife, she's Jamaican, and we went to Jamaica, and literally like there was like the flood, and then all these documents we signed was like just gone, and we're like, gone. What? We literally went to Jamaica for that, and you're like,
can't find them. Like, the buildings burned down, or rats got in there and ate the paperwork, and you know what I mean? Like, there's just a thing, like, what? Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, being from I'm from London or England, right? But you wouldn't see it as much there. But all over the world, these problems arise, and you still might see that even over here, but not as common. But that's a capital city, so elsewhere where it's real remote, that could be an issue. But one thing I can see with real world, which it needs, right, is internet connection. So obviously,
go on. That's coming. Stuff like Starlink and all that. We're getting global internet. It's all coming. I mean, like it, love it, or hate it. I mean, it's coming within the next 2 to 3, 4 years. There's going to be complete, full global internet connection. Like him, love him, or hate him, Elon Musk. I was just reading an article. He's creating a cell phone that will work off of Starlink. It's going to be cheaper than the iPhones. It's going to be completely solar charged. You don't even need batteries for it. It's going to be, so like the screen is a solar panel. So like anybody in any remote area will be able to have a cell phone. It charges by the sun. It's got satellite connection, and you'll be able to have lightning fast internet, like in the middle of the desert or Africa or wherever. It's going to. So that's going to be a game changer, because that's going to allow all of these people to have access to this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a game changer. I mean, I don't think we can even fathom what's going to happen to the world when we're so connected,
Totally agree. Yeah, no, I agree. I really like that. Give me a vision, but I'll talk to you about after, right? We'll get to pick 3, right? But after this narratives, I'm gonna try and do some brainstorming thing with you, right?
No problem.
Let's go for pick 3, and then I'll do
my pick 3. I mean, I get a lot of hate on this one, but like the ISO coins, ISO 2020 coins, 2020s, the real, because it's one of those sayings, I'm not for the centralization of crypto at all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really stand for that, but it's coming with or without anything that as much as we don't want it, it's coming, right? So we might as well capitalize on that. And I think, the centralized digital currencies are coming. We're going to see this. We are going to see it. There's going to be digital dollars. There's going to be a digital, it's coming. This bull cycle, I think we're going to see a lot of countries implementing the digital dollar. And I think within the next probably 5 to 10 years, paper money is probably going to be pretty much gone. I mean, and it's scary. I don't want to, I don't like that. I don't support it. But if you can't beat them, join them. Is kind of my whole thing. Like, you know, and I have a lot of people, I'm not going to invest in those coins. I don't believe in it. Well, I don't either, but that doesn't mean I don't want to make a few $1 million on it. I mean, that's,
yeah,
you know,
I know
so
what you
like,
mean.
and so like, you know, I've been looking at a lot of different projects that are, you know, ISO, that are compliant, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And getting myself a foothold in those, I think is a smart idea for your portfolio. So that'd be,
No, I think it's a great way of thinking about it, right? As in, I know exactly what you mean, but I'm one of them people who you probably hate, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do that, right? Like, I just can't do it. But I know exactly what you mean, right? So where I have an issue with, like, obviously centralization is just security, and obviously like things going down, and like, you know, obviously, look, we've seen this so many times, especially in crypto, right? It's a tech place, right? We're in the wild west, right?
exactly.
So with
100%.
something centralized, it can come down. And like I've seen this like so many times now, like where things go up, right? We've seen like BitConnect go to like 1 billion, right? We've seen like FTX go, what did it go to? Like something crazy, right? In billions. And that still went down, right? So my thing is like, coins can go up and they can like go crazy, but then is it going to last long? And also, if you, let's say you put in $1,000 or something, right? And let's say it goes to 1 million, which is absolutely crazy, right? Amazing. But that million, you might not have to get it out if it crashes, because then obviously you held it. So it's like
that's the thing.
And
not only that, you know, and not only that, it's just the idea of centralized power. I mean, the problem for me is I don't like anybody having control over my life and what I can and can't do. Right. And I mean, that's why I live in the jungle. Like I literally left like, you know, civilized society because I didn't want to be told like, you know, what I can and can't do. Like, you know what I mean? So, and by having like, you know, centralized digital currencies, like, you know, if you're not compliant, you know, I mean, if you're, you know, social score isn't right, you know, if you posted the wrong thing on Facebook or this or that, like, you know, hey, no extra cheese for you on your hamburger. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. You know,
cool. Don't worry, man.
Don't want to get censored.
Agree.
But you know, like, but that's that for me. So it's very scary, like in that realm. But like I said, you know, I'd rather have myself a small foothold in the beast and the beast than just have the, you know, I'd rather be able to utilize and leverage some of that to my advantage to make my life a little better. You know, like I said, if I can capitalize and I can make, you know, money, if I can make $1 million on investing in these projects and I can pull that out and I can better my life here, well, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I mean, why not? You know what I mean? So it's not that just because I'm investing in it doesn't mean I support it. Let's put it that way. You know,
I'm with you. No, I totally agree. Yeah, because you know what? Obviously, I don't know if you know much about the UK and stuff, but a lot of that is happening now, like, or it's getting pushed through. So like, there is a digital currency going to be coming through, and I think it's HBAR or like the ones who actually got the tender for it. So they're building it, and you can see it's happening. So for example, a lot of banks are limiting the amount of cash that they're going to hold, and you can put in and out now. So they put a rule out, I think, last month. So you can see it's happening, right? And then obviously the UK have put this law out. I think it's like a initiative with the EU or something, but they've got 50 different countries signed up to it, and then they're going to be sharing cryptocurrency data. So it's all going to happen, right?
It's going to, you know, and for me, that's why I've just really for the last few years. I mean, I've felt this coming for years, and that's why I've come to live in a place like this. I've set up an eco hotel. I've set up a way where I can grow my food. I can like live on. I can like survive. You know what I mean? Like I can live with or without money. You know what I mean? Like so, and but unfortunately, you know, it's one of these things I always tell people: it takes a lot of money to build a life where you don't need money. It's exactly. Screwed up. It's screwed up, but that's the reality. Like you need a lot of money to create a life to where you don't need money.
Oh no, it's crazy, yeah. But it's the way it goes. It's like even with banks, right? Let's say you want to start a business, you're like, oh right, I want to make money, so I'm gonna go to the bank and try and get a loan, right? And then they're like, so what have you done to make money? And you're like, well, that's why I've come to you to get money to be able to create this. So
exactly.
It's a little loop, isn't it?
Yeah.
But so I was gonna go into a little tangent right now, right? So okay, so you know what we were saying before, right? You can see how this all can interlinked, right? So in terms of narrative, so AI, right? AI to be able to thrive and not like, be held down by a human or whatever it would be be decentralized, right? To be able to
Yeah.
communicate. That also links with NFTs, right? What if you wanted to own own AI, right? You could own it through NFTs, right? Because then, if other than that, it's its own entity. So it would be like,
Correct.
okay. And that also links to real world assets, right? It also links to so many things.
100%.
And then also like what we're saying about internet, right? So having like the connections with the networks, this could all literally come together inside of crypto.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I agree 100%. And I was just going to say AI would be my other. I was having a really hard time picking between the ISOs or AI. I think AI is also going to be. So if I could put 4 up there, AI would be my 4th pick. AI would probably actually be my 3rd. Yeah, ISOs and AI. Yeah, those. But no, but I totally agree with what you're saying, and it's, I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this next 5 to 10 years. And, I think that the AI narrative is going to play such a huge part in scoping our world and scoping the crypto space as well. I really do. Everything, even from trading, like, I can already see the manipulation that's coming, like with trading, people using AI bots and AI technology and different things. Like they're completely manipulating the market. So there's so many facets to this that it's an untapped power that we can't even fathom of the possibilities. That's the reality.
Definitely, I'm with you, man. Yeah, I think it's like was it Terminator? It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. It really is.
Exactly. But we're gonna try and move on a little bit now, right? So just quickly answer some questions, and then we'll get into his top 3 coins. So let's have a look. So we have got Benzeno, what's going? We are going to be rich. Yep. We hope so. Okay. So he's also put apologies for blowing up the chat, but I want a couple of expert thoughts on Meld, WAGMI, and Build. I know Meld and WAGMI. What about you? Do you know Build?
I actually don't. I've heard it. I've heard of it. Let me see if I can. I have my computer over here. Give me a second.
Let me have a look. I'll get it up as well. Let's have a look.
Do you know about it?
No, I don't know what it is. Let's have a look. Build coin. Okay, so let's have a look quickly at the chart. Okay, it's new, so that's good.
It's ranked 1700 on the charts. It's a low capper. 1.9 million. I'm on CoinGecko. So it's token price of 0.0002 cents. It's up 300% on the 24 hour. So it's actually quite a lot. It's got about a $2 million market cap.
Okay.
What is it though? Hold on. I just want to come over to where the heck's their website? Let me see. TikTok, Instagram. Where the heck is their website?
Let us know in the comments if they have a website.
I'm just trying to find it. I see. Hold on. I'll go over to their Twitter. Let's see.
Yeah, let's go to Twitter. I'll have a look as well. Let's have a look. Radio Shack.
Yeah, that's what what the hell is that?
Yeah. I'm not sure, guys. As in, this one seems a bit can't find too much information on it, but we have to look into it basily. But
yeah, it seems interesting. But it's a new coin. I mean, anytime these new pump release projects are very high risk. You know what I mean? Only invest what you can afford to lose, but also only invest what you're willing to gain. So,
I like that.
It's like
what about WAGMI? What's your thoughts on WAGMI?
Actually, I've never even looked into that one either, man. I'd say these are two new projects. What's WAGMI? Could you fill me in on that one a little bit?
Yeah, I've got a review on that actually. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So it's a bit like Warhammer kind of thing, right? Like the style of games, as in So
it's a gaming project.
It's a gaming project, yeah.
WAGMI.
I'll pull up the site quickly. But yeah, and then there's a couple really cool things about it. Like, so it's like trading cards you can see here.
WAGMI games.
And being on a show as well. So they were on a TV show, which is pretty cool. And then lots of different characters and stuff like that. You can see like the whole what I was saying about Warhammer, right? You can see like similar styles to Warhammer.
Wow, that's actually really cool looking.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? And then there's
what's the market cap on that?
Let's go back. It is 19 million. So
interesting. Still a low cap for. I mean, it looks like they're building really great infrastructure. I mean, it looks really cool. I mean,
yeah, I mean the founders seem very passionate as well, because when they went on the show, I watched it. There's like an episode there on the TV show, which is
yeah,
here. Yeah, very passionate guys, right? So yeah, you can definitely see that, you know, the down for the cause, right?
very cool.
And yeah,
Well, I
there's
think
one thing that.
that's a
Sorry,
big
go on.
thing. No, I was just going to say, I think that's a big thing. Having a team and founders and developers that are
Yeah.
passionate about what they're doing has so much to do with it. You know, you have a lot of people that are just in it for the money and they're just like, whatever, you know, but if
Yeah.
people are really passionate about what they're building, that goes a long way. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly that, man. Yeah, I think with me, like, I'm really big on teams, right? Like, I do a lot of research into teams. Like, so you know, if they haven't got like loads of experience, that's fine, but I need to see that passion, right? And also,
Yep.
have you kind of done something similar? Like, I'm kind of looking for that. It's the same as like if you're going to employ someone, right? You're going to
Sure.
look at like, oh, could they fit into what I want them to do, right?
Sure.
So it's the
Do you
same
want the
with
janitor to be the CEO or, you know, exactly. You know? Yeah.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very cool. And then Meld, do you know anything about Meld?
Vague. Let me pull it up.
Cardano, right? I think it's to do with
Let's
Cardano.
see. Yeah.
I've done like no, that's not it. Wait 1 second. Meld. I've done a brief review on this like a long time ago.
Is it
But yeah, I think
meld? There's old and new. Let's see. It's weird. Let's see.
so. It's this. Can you? I don't know if you can see the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's Web3 banking stack. So it's based on Cardano.
Okay.
So, yeah. So blockchain built for DeFi. But
I think
yeah.
I think anything Web3 banking, you know, it's going to be huge. I mean, there's a BAB is another like kind of you know, virtual banking for the world that I'm kind of bullish on. It's been out for a while, but you know, Meld I think is great. Weld is another one that's kind of like creating digital what do you call it? Virtual credit cards, you know, stuff like that. So I think anything that will allow you to kind of once again bridge that world between Web 2, Web 3, take your crypto, you know, convert it, use it, you know, send it as, you know, fiat, things like that. I think any platform that's going to allow you to do any of these types of things are going to be extremely well in this next bull cycle. And especially as like a, you know, this goes back to this whole narrative around banking the unbanked, right? And this is going to come back to all of these people that are going to start getting internet connections, being able to have smartphones, being able to, the people out in these remote areas of the world all of a sudden can get a virtual bank. They can get into trading crypto. Like they can start sending and buying money. Like they can, and right, you know, right now they just don't have access to these things, and they don't know about the technology, but it's going to come within a generation. Like all of this stuff is going to come, and having, you know, this is going to be the backbone, this type of stuff, you know, these types of virtual banking platforms, or it's I think they're going to be just huge, absolutely unfathomably big, you know. So
definitely. Yeah, so one guy is talking about the Patreon. So obviously shameless plug, but I'm going to quickly show you what the Patreon is all about. So this is my Patreon. I don't know if you've seen this before, but I was telling him earlier about it. So I've got a crypto cheat sheet, which basically reviews all projects with 7 different criterias. And yeah, basically from that we can identify undervalued coins. So for example, if you saw something at like 500,000 market cap or 1 million market cap, you could review it and you can see the fundamentals from it. So stuff like the team, partners, and loads of different areas inside of that, tokenomics, for example.
very nice.
I've got over 80 coins already, as in, so yeah, if you wanted to join the Patreon to get that sheet, and you can really get quite a good portfolio from it, and we rank them as well, so you can see them from lower market caps. You can see them if it's like in AI, for example. So whatever you are actually trying to do with your portfolio, if you're bullish on AI or, you know, real world assets, for example, like John, then you can see all of the good ones inside of it. So
amazing.
Yeah, check that out, man, if you wanted to
Very
do that.
cool.
But
so you got 3 tiers there. We got one
I've got 3 tiers. Yeah,
amazing.
So I've got so this is quite basic. So economy class is like, you know, just get bullish targets if you want to just see like price predictions, and then but also the power inside it is you get to be reviewed list. So probably like you as well, you hear about coins all the time, right? And then put them somewhere, right? So
exactly,
for me, that's what I do. I put it on a list, and then I will go and research it. If it's really good and I'm like, wow, then I'll make a video about it. But you can basically see that list before I even like actually look into it,
nice,
which is quite powerful. But then where the cheat sheet is in the business class, and then first class is like basically having a one-on-one each month to talk through everything. But to be honest with you, the real power in this is this, right?
The business.
Yeah, and I worked on it for like over 6 months to build it. So
Amazing.
yeah, it's a lot of research. Basically, all the research I've ever been inside of crypto is in that. So
hard work and labor, my friend, but it'll pay off. It'll pay off.
Yeah,
So.
definitely, man. Yeah, well, you know what it is. See you at the top together, right?
That's it. Well, that's it. Yeah, build together, grow together, and enjoy reap the rewards together, for sure.
Exactly. So talking about that, right? Where do you think your next thing is? So the top 3 coins. What's your next top 3 coins in this? What are you bullish on?
Sorry.
You got too excited.
Yeah, exactly, right. Oh man, that's a tough one.
It doesn't have to be like top 3 coins like for everything. It could just be in different genres. It's up to you, really. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. I would say one that has just really come onto my radar that I've just invested heavily in was Lit Lab Games.
Oh man, yes, brother.
Yeah,
so have I.
Yeah, that's a big one. I just bought a really big bag. I actually just it's up. I put a buy alert out to my community. It's up almost 100% in the last couple days. It's I'm really bullish on that one. I think that's got so much potential. I think it's a real hidden gem.
Definitely.
So
100%. I'm with you. Like literally on Thursday, I've got a full in-depth review on that project that's dropping. So everyone watch out for that. But
nice.
Yeah, to give you a preview, man. Like, so my whole cheat sheet is based on scores, right? So it scores quite well on a lot of different areas. So yeah, it's definitely one to watch and keep in your radar. And yeah, like the team is really strong as well. Like they have quite good background, and
they are. I reached out to them because I had some questions. I actually sent him a DM, and then like the CEO actually responded back to me and answered all of my questions, and like just really transparent, really just really cool. They were like, "This is where we're at," and I was like, "We're just focusing on developing," and they're getting ready to start. Like he was telling me, they're getting ready to start gaming tournaments, which I think is really cool. To where so like say like for example, like you as an influencer, you could put together a community that wants to go in and actually play the game. And I thought this was really neat to where your whole community could come in, put in some money, whether that's $10, $50, $100. Everybody could throw in some money to have like a prize pool, and then the winner, of course, walks away with the prize pool. And then the house keeps 2%. They set it up to where so like you could actually set it up and start making money with it. I was like, that's really cool, like because that's going to drive like a lot of adoption. There's a lot of people that would be like, well, hey, let's put on a tournament, you know what I mean? And that's going to provide income for community leaders, as well as a lot of huge engagement and driving people into this. So I thought that was just a really cool idea. I was bullish on that. I thought it.
100%. I'm with you, man. I agree. And obviously, founders, when I've looked into them background in esports, so like they've got the background for it, so which is really really cool.
And like I said, it's a gaming studio, and I think that's what's going to really, that to me in itself. So having a fully developed game for the start of the bull run, and then being a gaming studio, I think they have a big bright future ahead of them. So that's my
definitely thought. I'm in agreement with that. That's really really cool. I didn't know you knew about it. I had a buy alert as well.
Oh, nice. That's funny.
That's cool, man.
Great minds think alike. Exactly.
Okay, so that's a really cool one. What about pick number 2? What are you thinking?
So pick number 2, I would actually say it's on the meme side. I think it's incredibly undervalued, but it's actually a meme utility. Okay. It's called Awkward Monkey Puppet, AMP. Okay. AMP. I don't know if you want to pull it up or not. It's but it's awkward. If you just it's not on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap yet. But it's interesting. So what happened is they've actually been. I got in on the ground floor at their. It was a stealth launch. I got in at around a $10,000 market cap, and it pumped up to already over $1 million in market cap.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. I'm with you, man. Yeah.
And so he's a cute little guy. And but anyway, so what they've done though is they've created a AI solution. They've actually put out a bot, like a buy bot. So they partnered with Pal AI. Do you know Pal AI?
I've heard of it. I haven't looked into it fully yet, though.
So Pal AI is also there's a huge amount of like just interesting. They're creating AI solutions, and so they did is this awkward monkey puppet. They went and they've created an AI chat bot that's around this awkward monkey puppet that you can introduce into your TG groups, and it'll roast people and talk to people. And so a lot of other crypto groups are putting in this AMP monkey in their chats, and that's actually what's pumping their price. So it's actually really neat. And then what they did is they actually just did a if you go to, I think it's awkwardmonkeypuppet.com is actually their website. You can actually see it. But they just created a buy bot as well, which I thought was really cool. I guess it's not sure if it's not pulling up, but they have a buy bot that's all AI powered as well. So like you can all of us, you know how most crypto projects, like somebody just bought 0.01 ETH of the project or whatever, right? And what this will do is it will create an AI generated response for every single one. Like, you only bought 0.01 ETH. Like, I think that's a little cheap. Maybe try buying a little bit more next time. Like it'll have some interesting AI thing response. So it's kind of cute, but it's also got some utility. So that's why I'm a little bullish on that one. I think on the meme sector, it's a meme with you. It's a meme with utility, and I just kind of thought it was cool. So
that's cool, man. Yeah, no, these are the type of ones. So I'm not really into memes so much, just because I can't predict it. It's not like my area, but I do know what you mean, because one of my biggest like regrets in crypto is not buying Shiba Inu, because literally I saw Shiba Inu, like there was this guy and he was like, he was like just like, oh, I'm gonna buy all of this, and I was like, look at this noob, man. And then literally I regretted that. I was like, why didn't I listen to this guy?
I saw a breakdown on Shiba at one point in time. They said if you would have bought $1,000 of Shiba when it first launched, like a month later, that $1,000 would have been worth $2. Okay, because it completely fell on the floor when Shiba first launched. And if you would have bought $2 of Shiba at its all-time low, that $2 would have been worth $15 million at its peak.
Wow.
Like, crazy. Like I saw that breakdown and I was like, oh my God, could you imagine?
That is insane.
It's really insane. It's insane. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like that's what it is with memes. Like this, it's kind of like a lottery ticket, isn't it?
It is. So,
I would say with memes, like just put a little bit. Don't like put your.
No, that's it. 100%. Yeah, but that's why I like this little awkward monkey puppet, because it kind of fits that meme narrative, but it's got a utility behind it. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to invest on a meme, like I like this one. So that's where I put my money on that one.
Awkward monkey.
Awkward monkey puppet.
How do you spell puppet? Is it P-E-T?
Puppet.
Yeah, cool. All right, let's make that cool.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a fun one, man.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. That's just one that popped on my radar I got in on about a month ago, and it's just been it's a slow grower, but it's been building. So anyways, yeah,
definitely. It's a recognized meme as well. I do recognize it. So yeah.
Exactly. So it's got potential. Okay, third one. Oh man. Do you want a low cap pick or a mid cap pick?
No, let's do low, man.
Yeah. All right.
You like the risk.
You like the risk.
Yeah.
Okay. Low cap would be Spooky Z.
Yeah, I heard of this one.
I got in on the private sale, and it's actually been doing up. It's SPOOKYZ.org if you want to look at it. It's a payment gateway. They're basically using DayZ, which is like a zombie game, a zombie apocalypse game, and they're basically used that as the foundation. But what they've done is created a fully developed payment gateway to basically be able to overlay cryptocurrency onto any Steam project or game. Okay, so what happens is, basically they can develop. They're using DayZ as kind of the backbone. That's already a developed game. And they've put this crypto payment gateway to where you can use their Spooky Z token as like an in-game asset for developed games. You can also, they're getting ready to do an integration for GTA, Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, really?
There's a bunch you can do all of this stuff using their token, right? So they're going to be able to integrate this over top of existing games. So now you can take a non-play to earn game and make it a play to earn game. Pretty damn cool. And so and the thing about this is, like, so if they're working right now with Steam, but like, so you'll be able to download their version of DayZ or Spooky Z on Xbox or PlayStation. So you can start playing. You'll earn the in-game token on Xbox or whatever. And then what they've done is they've created in-game ATM machines, and you can go over and deposit your tokens into this ATM, and it's totally set up for, yeah, exactly right there. You can totally set it up to where even if you're not a crypto enthusiast, you can still collect the tokens, use those tokens, use them in the game, just like you would any other game, right? Like it's like you found it, you can store your tokens in this ATM. So you can set up an account with an email address, and that's it. Basically, you start playing the game and collect the in-game tokens, put them in the ATM, use them to buy stuff at the marketplace inside of the game, have fun with it. You don't have to know anything about crypto. But if you are a crypto enthusiast, you can now go and link your MetaMask wallet to that ATM, take them off, and now you have cryptocurrency that you can trade and sell on the market. And so they've bridged these two worlds between Web 2 and Web 3, and I think it's got a lot of potential. So
yeah, that's really cool.
It's
so
interesting.
Like the actual, is it a coin where you would earn that coin, and then that's
you
the
earn that
currency?
coin? That's the main currency in the game. Yeah.
Cool.
And so basically they have a 5% sell tax, 2% burn. So there's a total of only 10 million tokens on this. This is why I like it. Total of 10 million tokens, only 10 million tokens, 2% burn, and then 3% goes back into the reward pool for the in-game asset. Okay. So 100%. So it basically keeps the economy going. And they have actually, I think it's 16 digits. So basically there's 10 million tokens, but it'll start to fractionalize. Like once the burn happens, it'll start fractionalizing it down. So you earn, half a token or, a quarter of a token, so it will fractionalize down, but it's not one of these projects with billions and billions of tokens. Like, so it's easy to really pump this. And then, so right now, like, let me just go over here. It's, where is it at? Spooky Z. Like, so right now it's sitting at like a 5.5 cent token price. It launched at like a 1.5 cent token price, so it's actually up pretty good. It's I think it's only around a $300,000-$400,000 market cap right now, so it's not so bad.
Where can you find the information on it?
You can buy it on it's on the Binance Smart Chain, so it's low transaction fees, so you can get over on BNB. But yeah, just you can if you go over to their website DayZ.org, all their stuff's in there. It's the contract address is in there, and you can just buy it on PancakeSwap, KuCoin, any of those places.
Okay. All right,
so
cool, man.
Yeah, so that's a low capper. That's a low capper. It's brand new. It came on my radar not too long ago. But I see potential in that one. I like it a lot. So yeah,
definitely
all low cappers there, but high risk, high reward plays. Those are my Degen picks for the Lit Labs. I wouldn't go so Degen. The bottom two are Degen. The Lit Labs I think is a little, it's got really good potential, like with low risk.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Yeah, I think it's a really cool idea actually, because one of the grading criteria I use in our sheet is utility. So this would be quite good actually, because it's got a lot of utility in Spooky, right? So
exactly.
I think
the three of them are. It's even a utility meme, so you say it fits.
There you go. exactly. No, that's really cool, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's good. I think these are really interesting picks for sure. Like, I like to see the different perspective, because you could have just said, "Oh yeah, Ethereum," or this is proper,
no. I mean, like I said, I mean, I've got my coins that I really like that are like higher market caps, but like right now on my radar, I think for low cap potential, I think these ones are great. Those are like my most bullish low cap potential coins right here. So
definitely. Okay, cool, man. So I hope you guys appreciated seeing these from Cryptopia. But let's go into some of the comments real quick from you guys. Let's see what you guys are saying. So there's one I would love to pull up, right? So, and I don't know how you think about it. So what's your thoughts on Mira? Okay, this is from Sam. What's your thoughts?
Well, I own a couple Mira nodes, so I got in early. I got in on private sales through Cryptopia. We had an opportunity, so I bought two nodes. Their tokenomics aren't great, but I mean, neither was Gala's at the beginning. To be honest with you, Gala has done extremely well. Of course, it's down right now, like everything. I think, I like the team behind Mira. I think they have a lot of, very big game developers from other platforms. I think what they're creating, I think a lot of the games that they're developing actually look better than Gala. Like, I think as far as the style goes, I think the feel of the graphics. I like the look a little bit better on Mira. But I'm not a big fan of the tokenomics. I think it can do well. Like if I had to pick between if I had a limited amount of money and I was like, okay, I have, $2,000 or $3,000 to put into LitLab Games or into Mira, I would probably go into LitLab Games because your risk versus reward is so much higher on LitLab Games. If you have the money and you want to throw it at something, like I think Mira can easily do a 20, 30, 40x in the bull run, because there's going to be so much hype around gaming. I think LitLab Games is the kind of thing that could do 100, 500, maybe even 1,000x. I think it could go to $1 billion market cap. So it's like, do I want to put my money in something that could do 500x to 1,000x, or do I want to put my money in something that could do, 20 to 50x? That's where I'm at.
I'm with you, man. I actually totally agree with what you're saying. Like, so, like, I have a weird love and hate relationship with Mira, right? So it's weird. Like, so for example, I go in depth with teams, right? And then in terms of like the founder, like one of the main founders, like his experience is really, really strong, right? But we just never see him. So anytime you ever see AMAs or anything like that, he's just not there, right? Yeah. So it's a bit like, well, I would love to hear from you, right? And then obviously the other team members, like when I'm looking at scores for myself, my cheat sheet, I'm looking at founders, I'm looking at like movers and shakers, right? I will look at developers like maybe, but like realistically, these people are not integral to the company. Like the main integrity is, CEOs, CFOs, all of these type of things, right? So, and that side of things, I would like to hear from him more. Another thing was like they don't have games actually out. So, for example, even with LitLab Games, right, they have a game already, right? So proof of concept is there. So if, for example, if you're just doing, forget crypto for a second, and you're just doing normal investment, you want to see proof of concept, right?
100%.
So exactly that, right? So it's the same with Mira. There's no games out. They have like, I think it's like 80 games, but they're all in development.
Exactly.
So there's things what like kind of is a high risk, but at the same time, that being said, right, you want to get in before they do the release. So
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I've lost your sound, I think.
All of a sudden, they release 80 finished games. All of a sudden they release 80 finished games, and like, what's that going that are playable? Yeah. So where Lit Labs has one and Mira has 40 or 50, like, it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I mean that's just the thing. Like, I mean, I would love to be proven wrong at this current moment, but it's more of a thing where I think it does have like a lot of potential. Like you said, 80 games, right? So that could be good, but is that a lot to take on? And there's things that I've been looking at, like, so there's a game called Fabwell. Have you heard of that?
Fabwell. Oh yeah. I'm holding it. Cool. I'm holding a bag. It's one of my 250 projects.
Exactly. So I done a full in-depth review on Fabwell. Fabwell's cool as well, right? Then they put the game onto Mira, right? And then obviously Fabwell, you can play the game on the, it's the Android game and all this stuff. So that's cool, right? But then on Mira, you can't play it. So I'm like, what's going on with the technology here? Like, because it's already out. So why is it not playable on Mira? Like, I just don't understand. Right. So I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, but for me, it's like, okay, there's a couple of things I'm looking for here. And these are like kind of falling down for me.
Yeah.
But the narrative of nodes, right, I do think is the strongest part of Mira. Like, as in terms of like Gala, like, then everyone wants to know you have own nodes, right? So it's proving that lots of people want nodes.
Exactly. So, I mean, so I got in. I was lucky enough to get into Gala. I bought a Gala node at like $8,000 back when they, So I was still low enough there, and I've done really well with my Gala node, and and I think it'll be the same thing with the Mira. I think they're going to be profitable. I mean, and this is it's because it's not only with the nodes, like I said, it's not only the tokens that you're earning, but you get NFT airdrops all the time. You get loyalty rewards. If you keep your nodes online like 24/7, you get lots of different NFT airdrops. You're going to get early access to other opportunities that they're going to be presenting. Like, hey, we're selling these lands. Right. Only our node owners are allowed to get into these. Okay. Wonderful. We get to buy those. So there's a lot of opportunities like by owning a Mira node that will open up a lot of other doors in their ecosystem because they want to reward those node owners, right? So so if you believe in the platform, if you believe in the thing, like, and you want, like, okay, I want to be a part of this ecosystem, then I would say owning a node is a smart thing to do. Like, yes, you could go out and spend $4,000 on just tokens and buy, $1.5 million tokens and sit on those, and you're going to make a lot of money. You could also go and spend $4,000, get the node, you're going to earn those tokens over a period of a year. You'll get like 1 million tokens, give or take. Okay, but the thing is that you're going to continue to get those tokens plus all of the other rewards. So it's like one of those things. Like if you just want to buy the tokens, see the pump, dump it, throw out, walk away, that's probably a smarter move. If you want to be like, hey, I'm in this for the long haul, I want to invest in these guys for the next 5-10 years, get a node. That's you know, that would be my 2 cents. So.
Definitely. No, it's good comments for sure, I would say, isn't there? So some other stuff. So you probably know this, I know this as well. So what exchange is Lit Labs on? I got mine at MEXC. I don't know where you got yours.
I got mine on MEXC as well.
Yeah, MEXC. So
yeah.
Just to answer that. So this one I think is quite cool, right? This is about Neon. Have you heard of Neon?
Neon. Is that an old project? The Neon? No, which one is
pretty
Neon?
new. Like so basically what I'll get it up quick just so everyone can see. Let's put a view. 1 second. I have thoughts on this already. But let's have a look.
Neon. Interesting. What's it? Is it what kind of narrative is it?
So it's an EVM, but it's basically using Solana's blockchain and Ethereum. So it's using like the speed of Solana, but then it is using Ethereum to like do a settlement layer, from what I understand, right?
Okay.
But this brings us into a question about Solana, right? What's your thoughts on Solana? And also that would link into this as well.
You know, to be honest, I mean, it sounds incredibly, you know, as an influencer and as a person, I don't do almost any research on top tier projects. I am a low cap degen player. Like I said, I you know, Solana, ADA, Avalanche, all of these. I know they're layer ones, and I know they're really important as far as.
Oh, I've lost the sound.
Phone call. I know they're, you know, the backbone of so many. I know that they're really important to the backbone of a lot of these projects that we're getting into, right? But I would rather buy the technology built on these than invest in them myself. I mean, that's just my own. I'm a little biased because, you know, I'm the guy looking for those 100x pumps versus the 10x. You know what I mean? Like, so like, you know, Solana. I think Solana is great. I think a lot of the stuff that they're building. I like a lot of the projects that are being built on Solana are going to be huge this bull cycle. Long term, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I think Avalanche. I think Avalanche will do better in the long run than Solana. I mean, that's just my own personal like from. But it's hard to say. I like as far as for gaming and things like that, I'm much more bullish for Avalanche and their ecosystem, and I think we're going to have a lot more AAA games being built on Avalanche than we will on Solana. That's where my brain goes.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I have a lot of like mixed feelings about Solana, right? So I've got a couple things I can show you real quick to why I'm not that bullish on it, right? So I'm going to go back to what I was saying before, where a lot of coins, they might go up and they can do really well, but it doesn't mean that is necessarily the right technology for it, right?
Exactly.
So for example, here's something I screenshotted a while ago, as in it's basically like, okay, so Solana's NFTs, right? So one thing I want to highlight is NFTs. So this is like some new technology they came up with, right? It was like Solana released compressed NFTs, which reduce the cost of minting and managing NFTs by storing the data off chain to minimize storage costs, right? So that is not decentralized, right? You're storing it off chain, right?
Yeah.
And then this was another thing, right? To do with like, obviously it's got links with FTX and all that stuff, right? And
of course, yeah, they have that huge dump on that, yeah.
That's exactly right. But then obviously there's a lot more to think about with that. So this is some of the actual information about it. So you've got Solana Foundation and when things are actually going to unlock. So for example, 2027 is when Alameda Research, which is obviously FTX, right? And the founder was SBF, right? Sam Bankman-Fried. So it's linked heavily to that till 2027, right?
Yeah.
So this is when they will release. As in, there's another link drop of tokens. I think it's 2025, which I didn't manage to screenshot, but it's going to be the beginning of 2025. So obviously, think about the run, right? When we're going through the run, if Alameda Research dump, then what's going to happen, right? And another thing was, okay, so all these games which are built on, for example, this, right? Like centralized, and then you have like outages and stuff like that, what we have seen before. That means that the whole network for all these games is going down, right?
Agreed.
So it's kind of like, what is going to happen there? Like so Me personally, yeah, I'm not sold on it, man. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, I don't
Yeah,
hold any. I don't hold any either. I'm not like I
yeah,
said, I'm
yeah.
I'm into some games that have launched on Solana, but yeah, I think Avalanche will do a lot better. I think Matic will do. I think Avalanche and Matic are going to be the bigger leaders in the space, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I mean, just Matic with the partnerships that they're doing with Disney and like this, some of the crazy. There's some big stuff coming for those guys. I think.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I think other projects other than Solana or other chains I'm definitely
Yeah,
bullish on. As in so this is a cool one, right? This is one I'm gonna do a review on very soon. So someone's pointed it out. Is Shrap. You must have heard of Shrap.
I have. Yes, I have.
Yes.
I was just. Yeah, it actually
Yeah.
looks great. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
It does as well, man. Yeah, I've had this on my radar for a long time, but then it didn't have a coin, so I think it's recently dropped now. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely going to be in a review on that. I mean, apparently the tokenomics are not that great, but at the same time, I don't know about you if you've noticed this, but loads of gaming projects that tokenomics aren't that great.
Most aren't because
Yeah,
they need it for in-game. They need it for in-game assets. I mean, and that's what
yeah, it's
people
true.
don't really understand. Like, okay, it's a play to earn game. So what are the people going to earn when they're playing? Like, so if everything, it's like it has to have a way. And that's one of the things I liked about the Spooky Z is that
Mm.
they have the burn mechanism. So as the coin is being traded, those coins go into the in-game asset, which I think is
Mm.
really cool. So I like that. But most games don't do that. So you've got to create. You have to have this reserve of in-game assets to be able
Yeah.
to be given as rewards to people playing the game. So of course the tokenomics are kind of shit for that
Yeah.
reason. I mean, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think
No,
it comes down, you have to look at the tokenomics, like how many of those tokens are allocated for the team, how many are allocated for marketing, and how many
mm.
are in-game assets. Like, if you can really look at that. But most of the time it's a lot of that's 50% is in-game assets, then, well, okay, it makes sense,
Yeah.
so.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think with this project, like in particular, like it has a lot of potential. Like in terms of, if you're looking for the next Call of Duty
Yeah.
inside of crypto, this could be it,
Yeah,
right?
and I believe that's on Avalanche as well. I think it's being built on Avalanche. I think, if I'm not
Yeah, I
mistaken.
think it is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is Avalanche, right?
yeah,
As in,
yeah,
so I mean, this is well really good, right? As in
yeah.
terms of it's not necessarily a centralized chain, and kind of going back to what I was saying before with Solana, like if you built something on like something what
Of
could
course,
be not that secure, then that's the whole ecosystem could fail, right?
of course,
So that is one of the things. Obviously, like Solana's growing, it's doing its own thing, and
of course. I
that's
don't think it's going to be like, it's not going to
yeah,
die in the next couple of years. It's not going to,
yeah,
but I mean, it's not.
mm.
I don't think it's going to pump as much as other projects. Let's put it that way. I
Yeah,
mean,
mine's
yeah,
security. Like I just don't
yeah,
trust it. Like
yeah,
basically, like
yeah.
as in, I wouldn't want to.
Fair
And I
enough.
know they've got some partnerships, but there's another thing
Yeah,
actually where which was really interesting to me, more in the bear market, right? So I know you done a review on the Solana phone, right? I done one
yeah,
as well, right?
yeah,
But then afterwards, I waited to see. I was like, oh, is this going to pick up? Like
yeah.
basically, they had to reduce the price by 4 times because no one wanted it, right? And it all comes down to like, they have a DApp store, and it's like, well, you're not decentralized fully, so
Yeah,
this is not that secure, is it? So why is it?
yeah,
Why would I trust putting that there?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Exactly.
Ethereum came out with a phone, and it like 10 times in price straight away. So it was kind of like, that's the real users, that's the real people who buy it. So for me, it's
Exactly.
like I can see that firsthand. Who cares about if some random whale was pumping a price up? Like
For
it's in
sure.
user cases, everything, in my opinion.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
it's definitely cool. So yeah, the other ones I had a couple questions for you, like general ones. So this is what I wanted to know. So what's your biggest lesson you have learned since you've been in crypto?
Never sell your full bag. Always keep a moon bag if you can, unless it's just complete shit, but I going back to the whole meme coin thing, I learned a lot on that. I feel embarrassed to even say this, but I got into, everybody probably remembers Safe Moon. Like I mean, that thing just went bonkers. I actually was the 100th token holder on that. I got in so early. I saw it, and for whatever reason, I threw $5,000 at it. I was the 100th token holder, and it was just pumping. It was taking off. It did a 10x, and so I turned $5,000 into 50 grand, and I was incredibly happy.
Wow.
Out. I was out, and I was happy. I made 50 grand.
Yeah.
I did the numbers though. If I would have held that, I would have made about $3 million.
Oh my
So
god.
that that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts. And so I think my biggest lesson on that is like, take profits, but always keep something. Like, like if like, you just never know what's going to do. You never know what's going to absolutely blow up. And that's the thing. And that's why I say, crypto is the wild, wild west. And that's why I hold so many different projects and so many different cryptocurrencies, because I always want to keep that foothold, because I don't know which one's going to do 100x. I mean, we have ideas, but it comes down to marketing. It comes down to narratives. It comes down to, just like the hype around something, or, and there's a lot of different things that are completely out of the realm of our ability to control or even do research on, because I've seen some of the best projects, the best use case, and they had absolutely shit market die.
Yeah.
So
100%.
if you're, where you're just like, man, this is the best thing ever. And then all of a sudden they don't do the right marketing and it just completely dies because, and then you have other projects that have shit utility, that have no utility, but they know how to market. And this thing will just fly. And you're like, where the hell did that come from? So it's like, so if you're only strictly investing on like, this is the best quality thing right here, well, that doesn't always mean that it's going to succeed. Right. So,
100%.
so for me, that's why I hold so many tokens, because like I want that potential. I look at every cryptocurrency I own as a lottery ticket. And basically I'm like, okay, which one of these is going to win? Everyone's a scratch off. One of them might make me $5. One of them might make me $10. One of them might be the jackpot that gets me that 1,000x. And I just don't know. Like I said, as much research as I can do on it, I can't sit there and be like, this is going to do this. Yeah, nobody can do that. I mean, it's not, because there's just too many variables out of our control. And that's just crypto. That's the wild, wild west of crypto, because it's not regulated, because it's this, because it's that. And people are FOMOing in. And so always keep a moon bag. That's my.
Totally. I'm with you, man. Yeah, I totally agree. It's actually crazy what can happen. And you're right, like with narratives and stuff like that, like some narratives come out of nowhere. Like one of my I wouldn't say this is my mistake, but like I got into a coin. It was with Vest. Like this was a long time ago. It was like 2017, and it was basically to do with like music and then tokenizing music, which is technically NFTs, right?
Yeah.
NFTs weren't a thing back then, right? As in, I got in too early, right? Where it wasn't a trend, and then it was kind of like, I kind of gave up on like, NFTs, and I was like, maybe there's no value in it because it just didn't do anything. And then obviously missed the whole NFT thing. So it was like, so there is narratives which are maybe too early sometimes. Like even like you said, real world assets, like who knows? It's going to be this cycle. It could be the next cycle. It could there's so many even AI. It might not be this cycle. It might be the next one.
I mean, we're going to see, I think, massive pumps on all of those things, but I don't think we're going to see the real. I think me personally, I still think gaming metaverse will be the biggest narrative still this year. And then I think, we're going to see those other narratives are going to be on the radar and they're going to do extremely well, but I think they're going to do even better in the next bull run. So that's,
Yeah, I'm with you. I think as well, it comes down to like, a lot of people are missing this, right? So with gaming, if you're developing a game, it takes years, right? It takes a long time. So with the whole like bear market, you can build in the bear, and then obviously in the bull, you can show it, right?
Exactly.
And that plays really, really well into like development cycles with gaming, right?
Yeah.
As in, but with other projects, like it might be a bit different. Like let's give Cardano for example, right? Obviously they've been building their blockchain, but it takes years and years and years, right?
Yeah.
As in to be able to do that. But then you're not just going to have the finished article straight away. It's like, that's how you do it. It's like MVP, then you get better next version, right? And so gaming definitely plays into that, I think.
I agree. 100%.
So the next one, right, is a question that I get asked a lot, or just a lot of people talk about in the crypto industry, right? Is like older projects versus newer projects. Like, what's your thoughts about this? Like, would you be like less likely to get into older project or the newer ones? What's your thoughts?
So I mean, that ties into your last basically statement there that you were just talking about right there, is that a lot of times it takes time for development, right? So a lot of like gaming, like, so there's always hype around new projects, right? And then you always see that quick surgence of like it's going to be the next big thing, and everybody wants to invest in the new thing, right? So you're going to see that quick pump, and then it tanks down, and then now it becomes an old project, and it's sitting here on the floor, right? So I think new projects are going to see that initial pump, and hype, and you can make that euphoria, and you're going to make quick gains on new projects. You're going to make quicker gains on new projects, and it's going to dump in the long run, and it's going to take a while. Now, older projects, like you just said, that have been developing for 2-3 years are now going to be releasing working products, gaming platforms. Like, okay, they had that pump, you know, you can look at every gaming coin, you know, that launched last bull run. It did this, it crashed. It's been running on the floor for the last 3-4 years. Now they're getting to the point, the next bull cycle is coming in, and they're going to have a finished product. And what will happen? Well, they're going to pump again, right? You know, because they've released a finished working product. Not all of them though, because some of the products they've developed are shit.
Exactly.
And there's going to be a lot of disappointment because there's like expectation. What is, you know, like everybody's like, I was going to be this amazing thing, and like it's like absolutely horrible. So you know, it's really hard to say. Like I said, so it's a double-edged sword, right? So I think quick gains, new projects, you get, you know, sell that, you know, buy the hype, you know, sell the FOMO, you know what I mean? Like, and then you make those gains. Getting in on the ground, getting in now on undervalued projects that are older, I think is safe money. You know what I mean? Because my viewpoint on this is like, if it has survived the bear market, we're just getting ready to take off. If it has survived, there's a lot of projects that have died. Okay, in the bear market. If it has made it through the bear market and it's still alive, chances are it's going to do extremely well in the bull cycle. That's my thought process, you know.
Definitely, man. I'm with you, man. I'm with you with that as well. Like, because I don't know about you, but I get a lot of things when I review like older projects, and they're like, "Oh, it's a scam. It's dead." I'm like, "From what?" And they're like, "Oh, from the price action." I'm like, you can't base it off the price action because we're in
Are they developing? Are they tweeting? Is there still an engaged community in their Telegram? Like, yeah, maybe their trading volume is dead, but that doesn't mean it's a dead project. I totally agree.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so I'll quickly give you, show you Cardano's chart, right? Just use this as a reference point, right? Because it's just easy to show. So for example, if you go onto Cardano, right? Like, I've been in crypto since 2016, right? So I got into Cardano like quite a long time ago, right? Then it had its run to $1, right? And then everyone was like, "Oh, it's dead. It's a load of rubbish." And then this was like basically the state of crypto for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And then that happened, right?
Of
so
course.
The same with gaming, right? And a lot of these coins, I think, like you said, there's a new narrative coming and the user case for Web3 gaming. Like you, all these other coins we're looking at, like for example, Axie Infinity being a 10 billion market cap. Axie Infinity might go to like 40 billion market cap, right?
Sure, exactly.
And it might be that. So it's more of a thing where I just think like if you understand how the cycles work, like the opportunity zone is here. Like that's the opportunity zone. Like
of course,
you know?
of course. Exactly.
And then if you're going to say things are scams when they're there, and then you think it's not when it's here, this is where you lose. You know?
Yeah. And of course, the people that feel that it's a scam are the people that bought in at the dollar at the peak of the last one. And then they're like, it's only a penny. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Of course. I mean, they feel like they got screwed over. But I mean, that's just, I mean, once again, only invest what you can afford to lose. I mean, like that, and do your own research. I mean, you know, but it's like, and you have to be patient. You know, crypto is a game of patience. Like, you know, everybody's like, you know, everybody thinks you're going to get rich overnight in crypto. Well, and sometimes it happens. Like I said, if I would have, you know, held on to my $5,000 of Safe Moon, I would have had, you know, a couple $1 million overnight, like in a period of a week, you know. But you know, so it can happen. It can. But you have to be extremely lucky. You know what I mean? Like, but for the most part, crypto is a grind. Like, you need to go through a couple of bull cycles, and that's why I tell people, like, you're going to go through your first bull cycle. You're going to learn a lot. You're probably not going to make a ton. You might make some. You're not make a ton. But where you're really going to be successful is your second bull run. You know, that's where you're going to really. I think that's been my experience because, you know, that first bull run I went through, I didn't play it right, and I've learned a lot of lessons. And I'm like, okay, now I have a better understanding for this bull cycle, and I hope I've learned. And I think that comes down. One thing I would say is learning to take profits. It's really important. Learn to take profits. Learn when to take profits and how to take profits. Because, you know, you get that euphoria, and you watch it go all the way up, and then you watch it go all the way down, and you're like, shit, that sucks.
It's true. It's like, oh my God, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back, and it doesn't. It's actually crazy. No, for sure. Like, so one more question for you so you kind of answered in the beginning, but what's your future plans? So obviously, we're fast forward in time now, right? With 2025, we're, you know, killing it. You're probably a billionaire, right?
Well, no,
what's
not quite.
what's the plan for you?
Maybe 2 or 3 more bull runs. But no, I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm really hoping, to be, I'm hoping throughout this next bull run. I mean, my dream would be to have, maybe $10 million. I mean, like I said, that's my dream. Like if everything goes perfectly, I mean, and that's great. I mean, that's an amazing achievement, right? So, and I think it's in the realm of possibility. Me personally, I plan on taking probably 50% of that out. Just my personal plans would be to, I want to sell the top. If I, of course, sell the top, right? Put it all out there. Let's just say, if I make 50% would come out to make my life, improve my life, make my life better, do things to, enjoy my life, travel, see the world, take that other half of my cryptocurrency, put it in some sort of stables, and then, buy back in on the bear market, I mean, take that other, 5 million or whatever it might be, and buy the bottom of other amazing projects that have been developing. And now all of a sudden, I mean, imagine, buying $5 million on the bottom. I mean, that's when you're going to, and you 50x that, mind boggling, right? That's like, that's the kind of thing that will change your life forever. Right. And, I think that's totally in the realm of possibility. And then, start living life to the fullest. I mean, I already live a great life, but I mean, I'd love to be able to travel more with my kids and do things. And, why not? I think we work hard, and I think everybody deserves that. I also want to be able to help make the world a better place. Like I do a lot of charity stuff and building the clinics and working with the schools. And so it's not all about me. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go out and buy a Lambo. I'm going to do stuff like I'll drive a humble car. I wear old t-shirts. That's me. I'm not going to change that, but I might do a world trip. I might take a trip around the world with my family. I might, buy a new car, but I'm going to use a lot of that money to like, maybe, drill some wells in Africa and do some fun stuff with it and like really make a positive impact on the world,
Yeah. You know what? I really like what you said, man. It's like a vision, like I think you've got it planned out. And I believe that all of this stuff is going to happen for you, man. Like, because you've got it planned, right? And I really like that,
Well, I got to tell you that, and I said this, I just actually made a video on this. I haven't even released it onto my channels yet. But, if you don't have a dream, one, you need to have a dream. 2, you need a destination. And if you don't have a destination, you're never going to get to where you're going. And this is the reality. And anything in life, I don't care if it's in business and anything, like if you hop in your car and you start driving without a destination, you're never going to get to where you're going. You need to have a map. You need to say, this is where I'm at. This is what I want. How am I going to get there? And life, love, crypto, it doesn't matter. Like, so you need to say, okay, I'm in crypto. This is where I'm at. This is where I want to get to. And if you don't have that goal, you're never going to get to your goal. And most people in life, they have dreams, but they don't have a goal. Like, they're like, I will, someday I'm going to work hard and I want a vacation home. Okay. Or I want to be able to do this. And that's kind of as far as it goes. People don't plan it out, because if you don't plan it out, you're never going to get there.
100%, man. Yeah, I'm with you. I think the thing is as well, like, I don't know about you, but what you said, I can relate to. So you were like, okay, I'll cash out, right? And then after, I'll wait for the next run, right? So a lot of people, that's not even in their plan. They're like, oh, I'll cash out and then I'll be on the beach somewhere, right? But it's like, for me, and probably you, right? I enjoy, like, crypto. It's my hobby.
100%.
Like, other people play football, basketball, whatever they do. I like crypto. That's my thing. And this is one of the reasons I started my channel. It was just for fun, right? It was like, I do this on a regular basis. So why not talk about it, basically?
100%.
Yeah, so it's like a life commitment in a way.
Well, and it's just smart money. Like I said, because you've already learned it. Like, okay, it's like, why wouldn't you learn the formula? Like, if I'm able to take, $100,000 investment, and then turn that into $10 million in a period of like, a bull run.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I do that again?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I do that with more? You've already learned the formula, right? Like, so that for me is like, yeah, of course, take something out and better your life, but don't be dumb, be smart, rinse and repeat, you know what I mean? And one of the things I've always said is like, you don't have to be the smartest man in the room. You just have to learn how to follow in the footsteps of the smartest man in the room. You don't have to be the best researcher. You don't have to be the best day trader. You don't have to be. That's the beautiful thing about crypto, is that you just have to follow in the footsteps of other successful people, right? You have to learn, you have to be diligent, you have to be focused, you have to be able to look at what other successful people are doing, and you can be successful too.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like,
You know?
it's like I learned so much about crypto just from YouTube. Like,
Yeah,
YouTube has taught me so
me
much.
too.
And like majority of the time when I do research, like I'll look at it a little briefly, and then I'll be like, I know someone's done a full one of this, so I'm gonna check out what they're doing, then I'll elaborate, right? As in,
Exactly.
and it is that's how you kind of get a lot of information. YouTube is so good for that, right? As in,
Agreed.
definitely.
Agreed. Agreed.
Some
Agreed.
some other questions as well. That's my questions done for you, man. As in, but
Awesome.
there's some questions in the chat. As in, yeah. So let's have a look at what people are saying. So, do you think crypto
Cryptopolis.
this can come back? I haven't
Yeah.
heard of this one, so maybe.
Cryptopolis, I know Cryptopolis quite well. I actually know the founders. I'm highly invested in that one. I'm actually way down on that one. I just did a big dollar cost average. I'm about way down. But it's a fully developed game. It's kind of like, do you remember like the Sims? Kind of remember the old. So Cryptopolis is very much like that feeling of the Sims. Like, it's in a hotel and you can like, buy NFT rooms and there's like mini games and all this kind of stuff. It's down. I want to say it's like maybe a 200K market cap right now, a CPO, if you want to look it up. It's incredibly undervalued. They have so anyways, I know the team, I know the devs. I'm actually friends with, friends with one of the developers. I talk to them on a regular basis, but they are developing. They are still developing. And it's really undervalued. Like, right there, $130,000 market cap. And you look at its all-time high, it's crazy. And I think it's got potential. Like I said, the development is there. It's a developed game, and it's a simple game, but it's fun. And I think will it ever go back to its all-time high? Probably not. But I think it can actually make some insane gains for people that, like, right now at $130,000 market cap, it's insane. Like, will that go to 10 million, 15 million, like easily? You know what I mean? Like, maybe 20 million. You know what I mean? Like possibly more. If they get the right partnerships. But that's my thought. That's my outtake on it. So it's one of those games, like you're saying, it's an old game. It's developed. They've survived the bear. What will happen in the bull? You know what I mean? So I think it's got that potential. So
yeah, it's cool. I like the website. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Probably crashing the live stream, but I do like it.
Yeah, it's a little, but it's cool. But when you go down, then like I said, they got these really cool NFTs, and you can really you can buy apartments, and then you can trade furniture with other people, and you can it's just like SimCity, man. It's cool. So
yeah, the site is really nice. I like this a lot. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. Yeah, definitely. So we've got another one. So I'm gonna definitely shout this guy out, right? So this guy, he's put me on to Lit Labs, right? So he's one of my Patreons. Thanks so much. And he's like, yeah,
don't tell anyone.
More time to buy.
Sorry, man.
Fast, man. Sorry.
It's happening fast. There's a lot of other communities talking about it too. I've been quite a few other like Patreons and things like that. There's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of people talking about it. And if you look at the buy and sell order charts, I mean, there's a lot of buy pressure coming in for sure. So I think we're going to see it pop really soon.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah,
that's true. So Armzilla has said, "Hey fellas, what's your thoughts on Alex Becker Shrap? We've just spoken about that.
Yeah,
but we're very bullish on Shrap. I think it's very
I agree.
Cool.
Well, I like I like Alex Becker's take on looking for the games on other chains. Like I say, right now, most of the popular play to earn games are on Ethereum, and I think like he said, that's just retarded. When you look at the gas fees, right? So I think what's going to really take off is eventually these sleeping giants on all these other chains around. Even the BSC stuff, like the stuff on Binance Smart Chain, it's affordable, right? Like, I mean, you can't even send ETH to yourself for $10. It's like, what the fuck? It's like it's insane.
Exactly. And we're not even in a full bull market yet. So when that does happen, I remember last time I was so frustrated.
It was sick.
Trying to sell something
$150, $200 for a single a transaction. To I want to buy $50 of this coin, $200 ETH fee. I'm like,
I know. It's like, what the hell? And exactly. You just want to buy a little bag, and then you're like, I can't even buy this little bag, because of this. Exactly.
It's like okay, I need to buy at least $1,000 of this coin minimum to make it justify the ETH fee. I mean, it makes it really difficult. It makes it hard.
Does. Yeah, this is why like I'm quite bullish on like ETH killers and all that stuff, right? Just kind of what you were saying there, just because of that narrative. Like they obviously they done what's it called, ETH like proof of stake, right? But then it's like this is why I'm more bullish on Cardano, for example, because the fees are fixed on Cardano, but then on Ethereum it is still quite high fees, even though they're on proof of stake. So I'm like, until you fix these things, then there's an issue, right? But also, like, if you did fix it, what does that mean for like Polygon, for example? What does it mean for different layer twos on top of that? Because then it's like, are they redundant now? Like, you need to kind of think about that. So I think they might not fix it, because then they have skin in the game with Polygon, right? They have skin in the game of a lot of these projects. So it's not
a lot of manipulation,
exactly, right? And even mining, right? Like when it was like proof of work and stuff, there's a reason they kept it, I think, like that for a long time, because then they're making money out of it.
It's true.
It's crazy.
Makes sense.
Definitely. So another thing we've got to look at is UFO gaming. Have you heard of UFO gaming?
Yeah, I'm holding a bag.
Nice.
I mean, it's 100% of the tokens are out. I know that, so 100% circulating supply. The graphics on the games are, they got that kind of like, old school retro feel, cool, like the old NES type feel. Narratives, they have a big community, you know what I mean? And I think anything that has a big community, and like I said, once again, it has survived the bear market. I think it will do well in the bull run. I mean, will it do it'll probably do a 50x, maybe even more, maybe 100x. But, I think there's other projects that you could definitely make more on. It's not a dead project. Let's put it that way. So, I mean, I don't think you're not going to lose money on it. I don't think it's not going to fold in the next, it's not going to fold before the bull run. Let's put it that way, So I think people that, want to buy a bag, you're going to do okay.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm kind of like where you are at with it. Like, so for me, like the supply is really interesting. Like obviously 100% been out, as in that is like rare, right?
Yeah.
And obviously being in crypto gaming is very cool. I've got a full review on it on my channel as well. Like I think it was like last week I've done a review on it. But yeah, it's one of them things I'm in the middle of the road with it in terms of the actual product. But I think, it's got a lot of potential. So I would never
What's
say
the market cap on it? I don't even know what the market cap is on it right now. I can't.
Last time I checked, it was like 40, I think. But let me quickly check. You can have a look. UFO gaming. UFO. I think it was 40. Oh yeah, 39. Pretty close. Yeah.
There you go. Good job.
Yeah.
39 million. Not bad.
I've got Smart Link in here on the internet. I'm checking.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. You've already got the Neuralink.
Neuralink. That's it. Yeah. So thank you, someone for Spooky Zed got a donation. Thank you so much for that. And man, that's your little gem right there, Spooky Zed. So I think
nice.
You're making someone very happy for putting them on there. I think that's one I'm definitely going to check out as well.
I'm telling you, it's an interesting one. I just like the tokenomics. Like they're out. The same thing. It's circulating supply. It's like the 10 million tokens. There's not much to dump on. I like the burn mechanism. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's unique. It's unique. And the cool thing about it, it's 100% fully developed. It was 100, and like they're so it's a basically they created it with no NFTs. It wasn't a money grab type of a scenario, right? Like it was fully cash developed by a couple whales that and they created it and they released it. I mean, that's it. They did their fair launch. It was what it was, and now it's going to grow. You know what I mean? So there's like nothing. There was a little dump at the beginning from people, like some big people that bought in it from the fair launch, and it dumped. But it's like now I think it's going to be a healthy chart. I think it's going to grow really well.
Oh, definitely. So two people have asked about AMP. I don't know much about AMP. Do you know anything about AMP?
Oh, that's AMP, Awkward Monkey Puppet.
Oh, sorry. That used to pick up. Okay, cool.
AMP,
all right.
Yeah. No, I think, like I said, and I think it's really cool. Like I said, check, if you go, it's awkwardmonkeypuppet.org. Is it .org or .com? I think it's give me 2 seconds here. It's where's it at? Yes, .com, awkwardmonkeypuppet.com. And check it out. Check out their website. Like I said, they're building some really cool technology. I really like it. I said it's already up, pumped over to $1 million market cap. I mean, some people made some great, insane gains. I think it's got a lot. This is the kind of meme coin project I totally could see going to. Let me send you the link here.
I think so now. Is this it?
Oh, you found, yeah, that's it right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's it's cute, and but the thing is the utility. And like I said, there was a meme coin that came out not too long ago. It was called Bob, and they did a Twitter bot. So these guys also have a Twitter bot. And this Bob token did a Twitter bot where it would like you could ask it a question, like you could do like at Bob whatever, and then you could ask it a question and it would generate some sort of an automated AI response on this Bob token on their Twitter account. And that project soared to over $120 million market cap. Like it blew up. And this Awkward Monkey AMP is doing the same thing. They're actually creating that same type of technology. They actually already have an AI Twitter bot. They've got an AI Telegram bot, and they also have their buy bot. So they've got some interesting AI technology. So I think it's got some potential. Like I said, it's like a 400, 500, maybe $500,000, $600,000 market cap right now. I think it has the potential. This is as a meme coin utility. I think I could totally see this thing going into the 20, 30, $40 million. Because they're not really doing much marketing. It's a slow grower, and it's all utility. Like they're just getting into communities, and it's as a meme coin. It's a sleeping giant, I think. So
yeah, like Pepe type of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but with utility, like the Pepe has no utility. Like at least this has like something like you can like interact and put stuff out there. So that's why I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. Yeah, you're making me think about this one for sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
good salesman. Yeah.
No, there you go, man. So, any other questions in there?
I think there was one actually I missed. Let me quickly go back. Let's have a look. What was the one I missed? Zilliqa. Do you know? Or I don't know if it's Zilliqa.
Zilliqa. Zilliqa. Yeah. I mean, layer one. It's I'm not holding a big bag of it. I got into it at the peak of the last bull run. I made a few bucks on it. I sold some. I kept a small bag. It's tanked down. Not a lot of hype around it. They were building and developing a gaming console that was going to, they say, kind of like built for Web3 games. That was an actual gaming console that would kind of allow any play-to-earn game to be able to play through their gaming console. So that was pretty cool. I was like, that's neat. Good. That's really, I was like, that is really cool. So they started, I did a review video on that for Cryptopia. I don't know, like at the beginning of this year, they were talking about it, and I haven't to be honest, I haven't followed up on it, on the progress of it, but I know that it was under development. And so I think if they actually achieve something like that, that could be huge. So
that sounds pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that does sound pretty big. Because I think there's another thing what I can see is with the whole crypto phones thing, right? Obviously relating to that a little bit, is that we just basically need to build our own products, right? Like to make everything decentralized, to make things the way you want them, you need to actually build the infrastructure for it, like rather than integrating into Web 2. And well, that's one route, but another route would be to build your own. As an but yeah, like what was it? The Solana phone was basically like an app inside of the phone, right? It was Android based, but it's like, well, what if you actually just built not on Android and you just built your own system altogether? That's like revolutionary, right? So that's really cool. I think what you described as Zilliqa, I'll check that out. I've written it down.
Yeah, definitely do that. It's I mean, so I think it's a layer one, and it's whole thing. It's its whole ecosystem, and I think it's got potential. I mean, it's once again a high market cap. I don't know what the market cap is on it, but it's definitely, but it's got potential.
Yeah. I remember it from, I think it was 2017 bull run. I remember people talking about it. I didn't get into it, but it's because they're still around though, right? Yeah, really cool. So one other one was Octa OTK on Solana Network. Have you heard of this game?
I think it's kind of a gaming, like more of like a phone gaming type platform, I want to say. I haven't bought any, to be honest. I haven't done too much research on it, so I don't really know the ins and the outs on it. I've seen a couple other big YouTubers talking about it. I actually just watched a video on this yesterday about it, and I was like, oh, it seems pretty interesting. It's on KuCoin. It's on some big exchanges, and it's like they're like mobile mini games, kind of what they're developing. That's about as much as I really know. I want to say it's like a $4 million market cap or something like that. So, but it's up crazy. Like when I looked at the chart, I just took a quick glance at it, and it was like 1,200% up in the last like 30 days. So like absolutely like I was like, do I really want to buy it up right now? It's like 1,200% up in 30 days. Like there's probably going to be a retracement, maybe, but it's hard to say. Like, you know, anytime I see something pump that much that quick, it's like sometimes it keeps going, you know, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Like, I know a tiny bit about this. It's on my list, actually. I was going to do a video on this soon. But yeah, I think it's got 1 million downloads on that app. So that's quite promising.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's huge.
Caught my
That's
interest.
huge.
But
I mean, that's utility right there. You know, that's
exactly.
That's
then
big.
this is linked to Solana again. So that's what I'm like, oh, it's Solana. Yeah. So, but I'm not, the thing is, if the product's really good, like that's just the risk I'll take. That will make my bag size smaller because I know the risk I'm taking. So because it could fail because of Solana, right? But other than that, like that's really, really good. Like having that many
that's actually bullish. Very bullish.
Yeah, for sure. Like so yeah, I think that's probably a lot of the questions from everybody. You can try and wrap it up if you want.
No problem.
Yeah, but this has been a good live stream, man. It's like an hour and a half. Like,
it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely be happy to come back on sometime, or I'm going to start doing live streams very soon on my channel as well. So you can come over and we can have a nice chat. It was fun. I enjoyed it. So.
Definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. So if you want to subscribe to John, make sure you do that. Let's quickly show your channel again. And
and then Apetopia. So like I said, Cryptopia is like my upper mid caps. And then if you want to type in Apetopia, you can show that one as well. So Apetopia is where we have a TG group, a little more accessible, I think, as far as like, crypto beginners. Like I say, Cryptopia is only on Discord. So a little more that institutional VC style stuff. And then Apetopia is more the Telegram, lower cap, like, more like funner, like memeier, like, on the TG group, whatever we can. So it's a fun space to be. So would love to have you guys come over and vice versa. So, and, so it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. It's been really, really good. And don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and obviously leave comments on the video, and let John know what you think of his picks and all that, and same with myself.
Exactly, and don't forget to sign up to your Patreon, man. It's definitely a good one. I like that your cheat sheet you're creating there. I think that's awesome. I think I might have to come over and check that out. So.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, no, I'd appreciate. Yeah, and you will be very surprised. There's a lot of stuff you'll be like, wow, like
love to check it out.
A lot of research. Yeah.
Well.
I appreciate it. But if I don't see you, I'll see you at the top.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's been great. Take care, everybody.
No worries, man.
Bye-bye.